Hi Sagittarius, it's Flo with Flo and the Moon, and I am doing your monthly tarot read for the month of March. Welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to light a piece of Palo Santo to clear the energies in here for your reading. I have a bit of a confession to make. I've actually forgot to do your sign. I know, sorry. It wasn't intentional. I was uploading everybody else's this afternoon for YouTube and realized I was missing a sign and it was yours. I'm so sorry, but here I am. I'm doing this now. It just goes to show that you can run, but you cannot hide from the Mercury retrograde. Yes, things are going to be a little bit muddled up and we can't escape it, but here we are. Anyway, so I'm just as human as everyone else. Right, so I'm going to be doing your reading a little bit different this month. I'm going to put a little bit of psychic insight into it. So I'll just start off with a little bit of that insight, and then we're going to carry on with your reading, and then we'll see how all these energies sort of play into each other. Right. So my dreams have always been, I'm just going to move this out of the way. My dreams have always been very vivid and like prophecy. And I've been called to share these with you for these monthly readings. Now, last night, so I'm just going to describe it to you, and if it doesn't make sense, just bear with me and we'll see how it all ties in. So last night in my dream, it was in a few different parts. One of them, which I think is very relevant, is I was in a basement, and it was a very leaky basement, but it was weird. It was like, anyway, it was a very leaky basement. There was water everywhere. And it's not like I was trying to fix it. I was more annoyed with it. I was annoyed with the water, but I was still carrying on with what I needed to do in the basement. And I wasn't afraid or anything like that. I was just like annoyed. And so that tells me very clearly about the Mercury retrograde. There's a lot of Mercury retrograde in Pisces, you know, lots of energy happening with that, obviously because I'm recording this right now, but within the month of March as well, because I think the retrograde ends on the 9th officially. However, it's still gonna kick up a lot of cosmic dust for another few weeks after that. So this energy of confusion and annoyances and things like that won't be completely cleared towards the end of the month. So bear that in mind as you go forward. Also, there were cats in the dream. And so what this tells me is that if you're looking at cats as like a spirit animal or as an animal totem, they are the ones who hold the secrets. They hold secrets for you. They hold secrets from you. So anything kind of going around that, you know, just beware of misinformation or information being held back. And I think a lot of this has to do also with that retrograde in Pisces, Mercury retrograde in Pisces energy. And there was a group of them, so there might be a lot of that happening. And they're also the ones who are very agile and quick. So use that energy to navigate the month. All right. All right, let's start your tarot reading. Let's start your tarot reading. I've already meditated on these cards and shuffled them for your sign. It's card number 1. We got the Ace of Cups, and as you know, with all my readings, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's timestamped for March, but it's relevant for whenever you're actually drawn to view it. Okay. Welcome, cross watchers, if you're here watching for somebody else. Looking at a peek in to what's happening for the month of March. Ooh, way too many. But the Ace of Cups is good. You know, you're starting off with that. You're experiencing quite a bit of happiness. or this is where you're coming from. Ooh, the Hanged Man. So you've got some new perspectives, but you're also not really going anywhere. And that could also be that retrograde Pisces energy as well. You're not going anywhere. Page of Cups reversed. So this could be you, or it could be somebody else. If it's someone else, that's very well could be water energy. So Cancer, Scorpio. What am I missing? Cancer. Oh my God, I'm Pisces. Oh my God, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There we are. Oh my God, there's a fish right there. When it's in reverse, it can be like, sort of like immature behavior, like neediness. And especially because it's a Cups card, that's where that's coming from. So just be mindful of that. If it's you or if it's someone else sort of behaving this way. We've got the Four of Wands in its reverse. So there could be a little bit of trouble happening at home. Not so much trouble, but maybe just like an uproot or upheaval or changes, you know. You got the Fool as your overall energy. Adventure, very much, very, very, very much in line with who you are. Free will and adventure. Temperance, that's you. The middle ground. Do not rock the boat. So by mid-month, it seems like you may have gotten into your stride of figuring the middle way. Knight of Pentacles. Experiencing a little bit of boredom. That one is he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. Also the most stable. Very grounded. It could be earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But in its reverse, it's like there's a bit of a blockage. You could be bored. Maybe things aren't moving in the direction that you wanted and you're a bit stagnant. He is slow, but I mean, going that slow is it's not going anywhere, really. Okay, ooh. Opposite of that energy. So we've got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is very quick. We've got a lot of messages coming out. Movement. Oh, and that one. Two cards fell. So the first one is the Moon. Fears. Things are they're not very clear. And along with the Two of Cups in its reverse. So this could be like a falling out. Maybe you have a falling out, or maybe something's not really quite clear around an important relationship of yours. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any sort of important relationship. Could be business, friendship, you know, that kind of thing. All right. So let's just do a quick recap. You're starting off the month with some loving, creative energy, or at least this is what's either just happened or it's happening now, where you're coming from. This is where you're coming from. You're coming from a place of emotional fulfillment and emotional joy. But then things came to a bit of a standstill with the Hanged Man, and you could be experiencing a bit of immature energy happening, coming from you or someone else. That's also a sign of codependence. And I'm getting the vibe that it needs to be a relationship just because of the Ace of Cups. And especially now we've got this at the end, the Two of Cups at the end. But it's, from what I see, it's like you're trying to gain your balance because you've got the Temperance card there, but things have been rocked off, have been a bit rocky at home. I don't know if maybe your your energy of free will and freedom is you feel like it's being compromised, because I see some like, it's not really heavy, but it's kind of stagnant energy. Like I see things, I see elements here that are sort of, they don't quite mesh well with the Fool. We've got the the eight of Wands that works really well with the Fool. Bottom of the deck, which goes to your overall energy, is the Magician in reverse. So, do you remember I said about secrets? This could be a character who's not quite altruistic, holds things back, could be a bit of a con artist. It could also just be you not living to your full potential, you know, and you're not actually listening. You're not actually listening to your higher self. Anyway, before I talk too much, let's just do some clarification, because things could change dramatically. Ooh. Things could change dramatically. I mean, the Page of Cups at the beginning could be some of that like watery confusion that I was talking about with the retrograde in Pisces. So it's causing you to sort of stand still and not really act on anything. But towards the end of the month, things are going to start to pick up. But something having to do with a relationship is going to bring up some fears that you may have felt in the past. All right, Ace of Cups. So 3 popped out. Wow, there's some really good things here with this Ace of Cups. Did you get into a new relationship? You know, maybe a new relationship happened, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles with that, with the Ace of Swords. So it's almost like this is your truth. You're looking for that. You're going to find the answers. You went out and you found the answers of what brings you happiness. That's really positive. What's the Hanged Man about? What is the Hanged Man? Oh, there's way too many cards. Take the top one. We've got the 10 of Wands in reversed, so you may have been really bogged down with some responsibilities. It could be coming from the house, the home. I just got a quick flash of a house in my mind's eye, so maybe there's something having to do with the home that's sort of causing all of this. Things are going really well in terms of love and career, but something with the home is not quite sitting well. Queen of Cups, she is loving and nurturing and kind. And she's very aware of her emotions. She's also water energy, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Are you dealing with somebody like that? You know, you may have had to put some loving kindness into a situation around the home. What's the Page of Cups? Temperance. So this page at the beginning is giving you a bit of a headache, and you lost your balance with that. Maybe they were just kind of like, freedom-loving Sagittarius is not really into the codependency. Okay, what's the 4 of Wands? 4 of Wands all about? 4 of Wands reversed. Oh. Well, it looks like there were changes in the home that you were resisting. And just remember, this is going to be different for everyone, right? Could be the home. Could be a community, in the community. Ace of Pentacles, but in its reverse. So I don't know if you've lost some money regarding the home. Did you try making a purchase? And also during the retrograde, this is not a good time to make large purchases either. There's too much cosmic energy to lead to confusion around something as important as a large purchase, you know? So maybe you're feeling a little bit cloudy about that. What's the Fool about? Judgment reversed. Well, I get the vibe that you're not actually listening to your higher self. Didn't I say that? I feel like I did. I feel like I did. Yeah, you are being called to do certain things and to have a certain path, but you're kind of ignoring it. And something that you need to remember is when you are being sent messages from your higher self or how to do things like that, they don't actually come in words. They come in signals. And signals come in the form of happiness. What brings you happiness? And I don't know if it's almost looking like you're not listening to that, or you're maybe not happy with the results that you had. And I mentioned the past earlier, and there it is. There was something that came up from the past. Oh, yeah. When judgment comes up, especially with relationships, it's almost like something from the past had a revival. But it doesn't mean that it was a good thing. And that's where the Six of Cups in reversed is. Some of you may be involved in a soulmate relationship from the past. And it sort of like came up. Or it could even, if you're not really into any of that on the mundane level, it's just a relationship from the past that you didn't really want to deal with. Things kind of, it like rocked your boat a bit. I see tears, definitely, because it was causing you a lot of stress. You almost just wanted to stop where things were going, and yeah. All right, let's keep going. Temperance. Seven of Pentacles. You lost your patience and you you were trying to regain balance and you seem to have lost your patience and you walked away. Did you move? And you were trying to find peace. You walked away from a situation that was no longer serving you. Take that one. Giving you new hope on life. But also bringing along fears. The thing is, when you just try to leave things, the Temperance is good. Temperance card is good because it means that you're trying to reach equilibrium. But the problem I find with Temperance sometimes is it doesn't really resolve anything when you just don't react. Sometimes you need the Death card, and you did get the Death card because it's like you know something needed to end, but you're resisting it. Something is happening around either family, the home, the community, or a relationship, an important relationship that brought up some bad feelings, that brought up a whole bunch of fears. And the problem is with that, not that it's a problem, but the reason why it keeps coming up is because you haven't actually dealt with the closure. You're finding it really difficult and unclear on how to proceed forward. So what's the Knight of Pentacles in reversed? I don't know who I'm resonating with, but all these messages are coming up like crazy right now. So we'll see how that comes up. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in reversed. So it's like something that you thought was going to bring you happiness, actually, in reality, have made you feel a bit more stuck and not as happy as you thought. Yeah, that came out with it. That's Nine of Swords, which is about nightmares and stress, and the King of Pentacles in reversed. So he's just like a bit of a... he's not balanced. He's not looking at himself. He's not actually taking care of himself. And he's not organized with everything. This is no judgment. These are things that needs to happen, especially around retrograde time. This is when you'll start seeing past issues and lovers and things like that crop up out of nowhere. I don't know what it is about the retrograde. It has everything to do with that energy of things going backwards and us reviewing our past and ensuring that we are crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, and ensuring that that we can move forward efficiently and to get rid of that stagnant energy so you can finally resolve it and move on with what you need to move on with. Okay, positive card. We've got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Didn't I say cats were in my dream last night? There you are. We've got... I'll do that. It was reversed when it came down, but that is a big cat. If anything, she has all the secrets. I don't know if there was some communication that came through having to do with that. Actually, this is where you're headed, you know, so by just, this is where you're headed. There might be some communication that comes through where secrets will be revealed or secrets are held back. Something revolving around secrets. This is going to be different for everyone. Some communication coming, or maybe you're not listening to your intuition on a certain thing. It's the High Priestess. Is there anything else? Too many cards. Okay. Big changes. But you see it's coming. You already know it's coming. So something that's going to rock your world. There's going to be some sort of communication coming in around secrets, hidden information, and it's going to rock things, but you know it. You know it's coming, but I feel like you're sort of ignoring it. You're trying to keep your cool. You're trying to keep your cool with the Temperance card. I mean, I get it, right? Right. Next, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is about lack. You feel like this is going to knock your confidence a little bit, and maybe even your finances. Maybe. I mean, the Five of Pentacles is about finances and feeling a little bit poor, I suppose. But, you know, with the red rose on there, and just, that's, to me, on this deck, it's about feeling shut out with love and feeling a little bit, you know. Okay, let's keep going. What is the Moon? Oh my God, I did say secrets, didn't I? You know what? Every single reading this month, this card came out. That's the Seven of Swords. Secrets. Somebody was doing something behind your back, or maybe you were the one doing that, and it's going to come to light, or at least something is going to come. There's going to be some sort of communication where this comes to light, and it's going to, obviously, things won't be clear with how everything's going to proceed with the way things started. You know, you started off in a really happy place. It looks like you had this new beginning that was giving you a lot of joy in terms of emotional fulfillment, but also feeling secure within a family unit. And then things went to a standstill and things sort of changed a bit. I had this vibe at the beginning. It had to do with home, and you know, then there was a bit of some immature behavior coming out, and you tried to keep your cool. You lost your balance around that. It rocked things up at home. Your natural, I guess your natural vibe to sort of just like, fuck it, who cares? Let's keep going. It wasn't really resolving anything, right? So you need to stay truthful, because if this is indeed you can continue doing it, you know, with keeping things under the light of the moon. Things are not clear, and that's why people try to get away from things in the middle of the night, because it's darker and you can't see what's happening. So I'm seeing the moon card a lot with you, and I don't know if it's you or if somebody else, but if you're trying to get away with things and try to, you know, like cover things up and work on top of that, it doesn't mean that your base is stable. It's whatever, it's still gonna come up. Okay, so just be mindful of that you understand why you're doing it, and you're doing it for good reasons. So it could be, look, everything can have an emotional, have a positive spin to it if you put it on there. Understand that these things are happening to shake you out of your complacency and actually make proper changes in your life, right? Okay, let's get a little bit of guidance for the rest of the month. This is getting quite long. All right, here we go. Innocence. This card is all about letting go of things that you have done, forgiving yourself for that, and understanding, letting go of that guilt and shame that goes along with it. Okay, so you need to understand that you did whatever you needed to do at that point, but it doesn't make that you. You made those choices, but you also have the choice to rectify them. This is calling for you to see the innocence in yourself when it comes to that. So be kind, but also understand the innocence of other people in the same way. So if they are doing something that you don't like or whatever, you know, things like that, people are always going to do that, but that doesn't affect who you are. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, we got it done. Thank you so much for joining me, and please like, share, and subscribe to this video so it may circulate for everyone else. I really appreciate your time here, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye.